The door creaks open, but no one is supposed to be inside. A cold wind moves through the empty hallway, carrying a voice that should not exist. Some places don't let you leave. They wait. She thought she had escaped this place forever. Years ago, she ran from it with fear in her chest and tears in her eyes, promising herself she would never come back. But now, she stands at the edge of the same old house, staring at cracked walls and broken windows that seem to watch her breathe. The air feels heavy, like the house already knows her name. Every step she takes inside makes the floor groan, as if warning her to turn back. The silence is loud, too loud. Dust floats in the air, frozen in thin beams of gray light. Old furniture sits exactly where it was left, untouched by time, as if the past refused to move on. She runs her fingers along the wall, and suddenly her hand shakes. A faint sound echoes behind her footsteps, but when she turns around, nothing is there. Memories begin to crawl back into her mind. Laughter that turned into screams. A night she never talks about, a secret buried so deep that even she pretended it never happened. The house doesn't want silence anymore. It wants truth. Doors slam on their own. Lights flicker. A whisper fills the room, calling her back to the moment that broke her life. She realizes something terrifying. She didn't come here by choice. The past pulled her back, and this time, it won't let her escape. The deeper she moves into the house, the more the walls begin to change. Paint peels away, revealing marks scratched into the wood. Symbols she does not remember drawing but somehow recognizes. Every room feels smaller than before, like the house is slowly closing in on her. The air grows colder, pressing against her skin, making each breath harder to take. She hears a soft humming, a child's voice repeating a tune she once knew by heart. Suddenly, the present begins to crack. The hallway blurs, and flashes of the past rush in without warning. A younger version of herself runs through these same rooms, barefoot and scared. A door slams, a shadow appears behind her. She blinks, and the vision disappears, but her heart keeps racing, because it felt too real to be just a memory. She tries to hold on to logic, telling herself this house is empty, that fear is only playing tricks on her mind. But the house answers back. A mirror reflects her face, then slowly shows someone standing behind her. She spins around. No one. When she looks again, the mirror is shattered, cracks spreading like veins across the glass. Whispers grow louder now, calling her name, repeating words she buried long ago. Guilt, regret, a truth she never faced. The house is not haunted by strangers. It is haunted by her. Every step she takes brings another memory to life. Another piece of the past refusing to stay silent. She finally understands the real horror. The house isn't showing her ghost. It's showing her what she tried to forget. Her fear turns into panic as the house begins to react to her presence. Doors slam shut one by one, cutting off every exit. The lights flicker wildly, throwing broken shadows across the walls. Each shadow looks like a person standing still, watching her, waiting for her to move first. Her heartbeat grows louder than the silence, pounding in her ears like a warning she ignored for too long. She runs into a room she remembers well. This was once her safe place. Now it feels wrong. The walls seem closer, the ceiling lower. A chair slowly rocks on its own in the corner, moving back and forth with a soft creak. She whispers for it to stop, but the sound only grows stronger. The room fills with cold air, and her breath turns shallow. Suddenly, a voice speaks clearly from behind her. Not angry, not loud, calm, familiar. It tells her she never told the truth. It tells her she left someone behind. Her hands shake as tears fill her eyes, because deep down, she knows the voice is right. She remembers the night everything went wrong, the fear, the choice she made, and the silence she kept afterward. The house begins to show her more. Walls bleed with images from the past. A locked door appears at the end of the hall, the same door she was never allowed to open. The voice tells her this is where it all began, and where it must end. She doesn't want to go closer, but her feet move on their own, as if the house is guiding her. She realizes the truth is no longer hiding. The past is done waiting, and now, it wants justice. The house grows quiet, too quiet. No whispers, no footsteps, just her breathing and the sound of her heart pounding in her ears. She stands in the center of the final room, a place she avoided her entire life. This is where everything ended, or began. The walls are covered with old photos, each one showing a moment she tried to erase. Smiles that hide fear, eyes that knew something was wrong but stayed silent. The air suddenly shifts. The door behind her slams shut. She rushes to it, pulling, screaming, begging, but the house does not respond. A voice fills the room, calm and cold, telling her the truth she never said out loud. The past didn't ruin her life. Running from it did. Every lie, every silence, every night she pretended she was fine brought her back here. Tears fall as she finally turns around. In the darkness, she sees herself not as she is now, but as she was then, broken, scared, alone. The house isn't asking for fear anymore. It wants honesty. It wants her to face what happened and stop hiding from it. She takes a deep breath and speaks the words she never could before. The room shakes. The walls crack. Light floods, and as the screams fade away, the door slowly opens, offering her one last chance. But as she steps forward, the voice whispers again, "Not everyone who faces the truth gets to leave." The screen cuts to black. Some past don't forgive. They punish. The silence breaks with a single breath. She steps outside, thinking it's over, thinking she's free. But the house still stands behind her, untouched, waiting. The scars are no longer on the walls, they are inside her. The whispers fade, but the fear remains, resting deep in her mind. A final shadow appears in the doorway, watching her leave. The past did not disappear. It followed her up. Some doors never truly close. Some memories never die. The dreadful 2026. Face your past, or let it destroy you.